Loftus-Cheek don't agree for join AC Milan Football Club. So this is a big one personally for Ruben Loftus-Cheek himself. Again, a very promising young player. And inside the third news as well again, this is a very interesting one as well again, because obviously we saw Man United, they released their new kit yesterday, and that was sadly circulating on social media as well. Everybody are putting in order to get the new jersey itself again, but then they really need to the focus of attention inside Old Trafford right now, because Manchester United, the supporters club yesterday, they block the entrance to the club's mega store as them protest against the Glazer family amid the ongoing ownership saga, because Man United fans them then somehow really don't under the ownership of the Glazers. So it's Glazers outweigh. It's something now a very big one again. And in another news again, this one has to center around Timothy Weah, as Juventus Football Club finally now don't complete the signing of Timothy Weah from Lille. So it's a very big one again for the American international. The deal in place is €12 million fee between the two clubs. Personal term has already been agreed. It's a long-term deal for Timothy Weah himself again. So it's a very good one for the player that is the American international. And finally, to a last news for today, Inside Sports Update. Crystal Palace and forward winner Wilfred Zaha and rapper Stormzy, they don't set for become the joint owners of non-league club Savina AFC Condon. So this is a very good one again for both of them. Young gentlemen again, as the pair are part of a three-man consortium alongside former Crystal Palace head of player care winner Danny Young. So at least it's like it's important we are seeing footballers and rappers coming together for bring that sort of change in the various community. And all this I get Inside Sports Updates for today.
Good morning and welcome to Epic Entertainment Buzz. My name is Audra. It's a beautiful Wednesday morning, and I'm going to take you through with ENT Buzz for this morning. First of all, we start with what's happening internationally. We see social media on the trend after where Offset revealed say in West Cardi B got an affair with another man. And also, a die-hearted fan of Burna Boy from France don't tattoo Burna Boy in lyrics Nyan. And the lyrics of the song, When My Whole World Is Set on Fire, Don't Leave Me Alone. He put an Nyan for sure say he really dey in support of Burna Boy. And also, on the side of Burna Boy, he don't set for drop in forthcoming album under the new record label when a Big 7 Records. He not disclose the name of the album yet, but the album they come out very soon. Asake in Work of Art album don't make huge impacts na the Billboard 200 chart. And we see say this now after just few weeks where he released in song when song come out na do. And on the side of Peruzzi, when a Nigerian singer himself don't set for make a triumphant return with an upcoming album where it titled Sabili. And lastly, for our international entertainment buzz this morning, we see say Rima don't unveil a custom-made chain ornament of Ravelry, and where the chain people speculate say then take over 840 hours for create the chain. Now to wetin dey happen na we local entertainment industry, we see say Superior don reveal through im Facebook page say e get a new manager and new management on im way as e go make fans dem know about more information about a upcoming project dem through im social media handles. Na all dis I get for you this morning. Join me at 4 p.m. for more ENT details.
Slik.
Yeah. Avatar. You say you competent, grab the mic with confidence and prove yourself. You say you competent, grab the mic with confidence and prove yourself. You say you competent, grab the mic with confidence and prove yourself. This na cipher, no room for laziness. Upline to feet on real rappers for coming. Make John tell sorry instead for tell I mean. From then I feel so free, you mind where you they do you think be brutal. Explicit words, no need for the routine. Now you're so bang go the beat. I'm not just saying it, so start for study now, ready for slay the beat. Topic then go wide, so play with punchlines and double flip. I conscious and they take notes for MCs where they 8 kill. Don't need for touch you combine. Make it not end up as snap a kill. The one the wiki make more time. Don't come for show yourself like how you go. We don't cover for long, they want show your face. Go hard and play, show them you way you need. But like na drag on you really spit. Oh yeah, the time you need you get with we make this unique, this opportunity really big. So get it book ready, show you talent, get money. Make mama proud, show the world say you not somebody.
Hello guys, it's CJ Mac, Afro beat artist from Freetown, Sierra Leone, on channel 37, Slik TV. I always they get a nice, so please make sure you watch channel 37, Slik TV all day, every day. It's the Marcus.
If I tell me we can go. If I tell me one time go. If I tell me we can go. Hey. Oh yeah. Oh woo. Whoa. Eddie Pop.
Alright, Mr. Reunion people all over the world, that's what I know. Slik TV is here, channel 37, and whenever country boss, best alone. I don't watch Slik TV, channel 37, and I don't get nice. So if you say for better nice like me, tune in, stay tuned. This is Country Boss.
I don't know, don't know the time. You lift me up from the bottom of the fish, from the skies, no my limit, put sugar for me tea.
This na the epic morning show, and this morning on the show we did discuss on President Bio wins a crucial second term election. What's next? But now we want to talk to some of the regional correspondents. Bo, we go tell we within the atmosphere been daily after the pronouncement of the the presidential results yesterday. Good morning, Anthony.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, so yesterday the National Returning Officer, we also know the Chief Electoral Commissioner, be announced the final results for the presidential election. What was the atmosphere like in Bo as at the time of the announcement?
Yeah, well, people were anticipating that President Buhari will be declared a winner even before, considering according to those.
Hello? Hello?
And then we get the instrument the way that we don't get instrument like the pot covers, the drums, for ensure that they move out in numbers for celebrate. And those who watch from the social media and even from TV stations will be linked, they see thousands of people be come up now from different parts of the city for ensure that they assembled around the party office on Fenty Road for let them continue for celebrate and celebrate with those who, in fact, if we will go into the election for mayor, district council chairman, members of parliament, and even councillors.
Okay, so interesting that the mayors and district council chairmen are already celebrating because their results actually no announced them yet. But however, away from that, before the election, there was this issue or complaint, especially by members of the opposition, that then they face attacks now areas them we are preliminary dominated by the other political party. How was it like that yesterday after the pronouncement of the result? Was there any incident or any of them kind situations then in Abu?
The focus of the people, especially yesterday, was to celebrate and see how they will call the members. Everybody, 70% to 80% of the one will be communal will deal with the party color, the campaign color when that talk and do. And they ensure that they not disturb people. Even the party officials, they talk to them for letting only concentrate on singing, celebrating instead of attacking anybody. And what thing really yesterday happened, I will say this unprecedented, for see the announced presidential election, you don't see the presence of high security in the street. I only see one vehicle, one Hilux of OSDs, then now they no more pass, one thing. You don't see the presence, probably they don't see any threat for letting really get more security personnel there. But when you watch yesterday the celebration, it be different from other celebrations where they don't happen. I missed before the election, we see that the All People's Congress, APC, party office, they be born and where the police say they investigate the incident, and even before, just a day before Pujon, also when the APC presidential candidate Dr. Samora Kamabi visit, there are allegations that the APC members will come on go na Pujon, be vandalized some place, and even mobile phones and other things they will be spoiled away, then they go and disturb other people inside Pujon. This the APC also be don't deny the allegation. So just after the incident at Pujon happened on the Sunday, on the Monday, the APC was also in Bo, and later the party office also, people will burn them around the Baima Road, outside the party office, the back of Postco for the line.
Yes, on that particular point, has there been any report so far? Arrests? They don't make any arrest, or how? What's the status like?
I talked with the police acting media, one Alhaji, Constable Alhaji Usman Mansari say they began for arrest some people, about 7 we identified for arrests or unlawful gathering way they will make inside Bo on that particular Monday. They say police they investigate them.
Okay. Thank you very much for talking to us this morning, Anthony.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Okay. In him na Anthony Levy na we correspondence na Bo. This morning he talk to we with regards the announcement of the result yesterday, what the atmosphere was like, and as soon as I hear from him, the atmosphere was calm, of course, celebration. Everywhere people celebrating then candidates. Interesting, Melvin, the fact that even local council mayors and chairmen were also celebrating, notwithstanding that that result is not yet announced. And that is important to note, because some way, somehow on social media, people, they assume, say, based on the presidential results, we then don't announce. Just as how it is, that is how the other results are. But that is not the case. They don't announce the other results then yet. Mind you, we get, it's 4 different elections, right? You get presidential, parliamentary, mayoral, and then you get the local councils. So that the local councils, mayoral, and parliamentary results are yet to be announced. And especially for the parliamentary aspect, it would be interesting with the district block system now, because
each political party be filed in 10 names, I think, per the different constituencies them. And out of that 10, they depending on the percentage we then get, now that particular area, they now go determine almost MPs then they get now parliament. So for the MPs presently, I am sure they would be praying that let them party get the kind percentage we go cover the number at which then they on the list, because at the end of the day it starts from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 going up. So assuming say you political party only get a percentage where they allow, we only make room for 2, that means, and your name is number 3, then automatically you are out. So that's that I hope I get them right. That means say you don't dream of becoming a member of parliament, don't for the moment.
And I think say you're right. For example, if you now somebody with support SLPP, we don't contest for member of parliament or council or the chairperson. If you don't see figures as such, BO 261,865, Samoa 23,112. BO winning by 238,753 votes. Of course, that will give you some glimpse of hope that if the presidential don't get that kind amount, waiting will be now for me, the parliamentarian. So it got the point, I mean, mind you, now 2 different elections though, let we establish that. One are first past the post, the other one are district block. So somebody go say, how then connect? Well, how then connect, it will only do based on political mathematics or calculation, but definitely if the president will win overwhelmingly with over 200,000 votes, if you're a member of parliament, you will be assured, and definitely the results then don't come out for some of the stations and centers. However, it's good that we establish that the result will not come forward it, and people then for still take time for celebrate.
Okay, I'll hold you there a bit. Now we go talk to Yusufu Gendeme. Good morning, Yusufu.
Yeah, good morning out there.
Yes, so what's the atmosphere like presently after the announcement of the presidential result yesterday? What was the atmosphere like?
Well, as we all know, yesterday they don't finally announce the presidential results for the June 24 election inside Kailang district. Currently, like I say, Adena, the district headquarters town, will be the Kailang township itself. Mosai, yesterday we did get a whole lot of rain in the township, and that actually not been withstanding. We've been seeing thousands of the SLPP supporters on the streets. They jubilate peacefully. Currently, at the moment, inside the district, we experience a peaceful atmosphere as everybody they go about in normal business. And we also they see that today, now a prayer day, and they see a good number of people so line the rush for go now the various pray granted and pray to Allah Almighty.
Okay, and what was the situation like, especially for opposition supporters them? On a record, any incidents of any kind? Say,
a very difficult for make you able to identify whether the opposition play around or not, because we see thousands of people they jubilate, and we not see no form of intimidation at the moment, as everybody they go about in business.
Okay.
We see normal shops and open, various marketplaces, then everything they go on normal at the moment, especially for the township of Kailang.
Okay, thank you very much, Yusufu, and happy prayer day.
Thank you very much. You're most welcome.
Yes. Okay. So there you have it from Yusufu Gendeme, the atmosphere in Kailang. It's interesting because according to them, everybody's celebrating. So I go on for feel like even those on the other side, opposition supporters, were also celebrating. So it's quite interesting. But then just before that call, you better make quite an important point, Melvin.
Yeah, definitely. And in summary, that if then people and they celebrate where they go for them different position, although the results not come out, it's as announced and declared by ECSL, but then for them being get indication that they go survive or not. And for Kailang, it's rainy nature, but of course peaceful atmosphere, a good one, and the holiday. Waiting for me significant there and that the results not overwhelm people then religious religious correctness. People and still they go pray despite of that. So I think that they good. And no cases of intimidation. I think that only for keep.
Okay.
Not so because Kailaun votes overwhelmingly, so other people already. I mean, Kailaun emphatically votes. If you look at 172,477, quite emphatic. So you can understand the atmosphere there.
Okay. Now we go talk to Andrew Lavalley, we a civil society activist. Good morning, Andrew.
Good morning.
Yes. The presidential results were announced yesterday. However, IGR don't be part of this process right from the very beginning, planning for the elections, the voting aspect, and all through the counting, the tallying, and all. Waiting at the position, how una go describe the process generally? I know say yes, una don't pull several press statements then, but now leading up to the point of the announcement of the presidential results, how would you describe the process generally?
Yes, I think first I would just want to say congratulations to Sierra Leoneans and the Electoral Commission, the political parties, and we take part in the process. I believe by many standards, not only in this election, even by elections that we don't hold, the Electoral Commission, I think they doing best for make sure everybody, as at now, because there are many other results where they cannot to just the presidential. So say in the lead up to this election, you get two organizations or the number of opinion polls that they come out. Well, two of them were really critical. One produced by IGR, another one produced by Sarah I and other organizations, and where they show the President Bio the lead. I think the only, I would say, even get contestation as to whether the election they go run off or not they go run off. But it's not a contention that President Bio the lead with the popular vote. But whatever you did say, what we did have been samples. It was a sample of opinions. Which next get the total number of people that will vote across and then get. So in many ways, we not see a flip. We see some consistency. Like for example, IGR have been predict say the election they go first, the winner on first ballot, and it has to be 56%. And it's exactly 56% will come out. We want to see now in the coming days the results will then be announced. How whether they get local councils, whether they get parliamentary, because all of that we are predicted. The reasons why they do that thing are not just because you want for announce that they win or then they. The reason why we do that thing is for actually bring accountability and integrity to the process. So that's why we now IGL, all of the data really accessible to the public. Anybody who wants to get them, accessible to the public. To let them know how we deal with methodology, how we do with sample size selection. And if you do that one day, that sample size selection will do, that methodology will apply. If you do one many times, at that time we will be doing the same results you get. So we observe the elections and we see largely consistent with waiting when there be a scientific poll we will do. Then we come out to polling day. We see there were some challenges with the polling process, the way the process begin, especially in Freetown, and we're happy with the Electoral Commission acknowledge that one day. So there are challenges with the polls at the beginning. Late, in fact, we see some polling station where vote very late, up to 10, 11 o'clock. And we're happy for the Electoral Commission. So allow them for let them, they can extend the vote to that point until everybody voted.
Okay. Yes, Andrew. One for ask you now. You get the situation where prior to the announcement of the result, USAI, another civil society organization, pull out a press statement. We actually they in contrast with waiting na the outcome we NEC announce. Of course, ECSL na the official body we gets the mandate. However, there are as well concerns from the opposition. You see, Usai, few hours towards the announcement of the result, the All People's Congress, or even after the announcement of the result, the main opposition candidates, Dr. Samura Kamara, get a press conference, Usai, then list a whole lot of concerns them. As a civil society organization, we unana the middleman them. Is it a concern for una that you get all of these half issues them around the elections? Is it a concern for una?
Definitely, definitely. You know, integrity of the electoral process is very key, very important. And the PVT we new now one of the measures for let we actually audit an electoral process. So now that make it find, I think one of the things that we new can do for really help the public, that for just make them PVT data publicly accessible. Because if you make them publicly accessible, you will actually build trust in our system, and you will able to galvanize civil society for around what you get. So, like for example, we've been there inside the PVT the last election. We've not been there this time, and before the last election. So you can actually see how the samples are selected. So, for example, if you select samples, say, like if you oversample Freetown, you oversample Bombali, like you oversample Port Loko, you go see, say, you go in favor of APC by you sampling. If you oversample both, oversample Kennyman, you go oversample SLPP. So you go see your results, that is sample results in favor of SLPP. So that make you find always where you make, like for example, they talk about 750 polling stations out of 13,300 or so, nine of them, the sample cover. If I normally release down the polling stations where you cover, for they arrive at that decision. So they just sound like we in IGR. Anybody we want to get with data, for example, we will predict the polls. We can easily talk to look at data. In fact, with that data, they can actually do your own kind other simulations where you want to do, other analysis where you want to do. And over time, so statistical, electoral democracy, they mature and they grow. So needing thing how it happen with civil society, the contest election results, I think say it's good, it's healthy, it's fine, and it behoves the Electoral Commission for letting respond to what new they say.
Okay.
Because new get authority for let then question within they talk. They don't deploy a methodology. The thing more with me get, I don't know what the methodology is. So I cannot really comment for now. So as a matter of fact, the Electoral Commission and new will actually work hand in glove. They should not be antagonistic parties. They should be partners. So if new get results, the first person we call, like with PV, like how they will been doing in 2018, we actually call Infa Ali, myself, talk to Ram, we share and say, this election, by the way we did do it will go into a runoff. In fact, now if I say publish them, so we publish them. In fact, that gear cover it, the gear a hand. So as a matter of fact, we want to know with the conversation between new and NEC, whether they actually talk, whether they actually get in conversation in this.
Okay. Finally, maybe just briefly, before I let you go, Andrew, the President Bio has been declared as the winner yesterday. Waiting as a civil society, waiting you think next, waiting needed, waiting this country need at a time like this. We just don't come out from a very tensed election. There is no question with that. The atmosphere was really, really tense. I mean, many Sierra Leoneans then be there on the edge with lots of uncertainties hovering around our lives. Waiting we need at this time.
I think so. We need honest conversation on how they move forward as a country. All this contestation, all the get the tense atmosphere. Now, because people there, now the uncertainties for the next 5 years. So let us not underestimate the division we'll get. And then division, they are mostly facilitated by, people from abroad, the growth in the use of social media for widening the divide, and the growth in suspicion. So you find the president who don't come that has been sworn in, I think say in legacy of President Bill for actually be leaving behind a cohesive country. Of course, 20 years ago, Salome there war, the situation will be more complex past this. But will be solved because you had a president with it say, I'm bringing my people together. If you get people in Atonkolili, people in Abombali, we then feel so the rest of the North, we then feel say, no, this regime is against us. We get for make processes where they should say we are included. You are not in a country that you are not part of. You are part of the country that you are in.
Okay.
So we feel say from appointment they will get to policies and programs, it has to be in an inclusive system. To be fair to them, most of the policies they would have don't implement in the first term, like for example, free quality education, an inclusive system. Because with free quality education, over time, maybe over 5 years, 10 years, every family will be assured of somebody with the add to the workforce. The man, all intention I will get in this country, now we will not get jobs. So if the government then in the SLPC in party manifesto we talk, they will create 500,000 jobs, and we'll actually get for define what is a job. We actually create 500,000 jobs. We spread that job across the country. The more you get young people and when they say, I can settle my bills, I'm going to work today, and people then will be less concerned about government. So you see all the election we get, the election turnout necessarily is one of the highest in the world. Turnout rate high because people in the field say all the problems I get, I will hit on elections and it will solve by election. So and I the cause and contestation there. And I believe the government will able for rise to the occasion, bring all the groups in together for the govern we serve as one people.
Okay, thank you very much for talking to us this morning.
Thank you.
Inim na Andrew Lavali, na the chairperson for IGR this morning. If they talk to we generally with regards to the conversation we will get this morning. Sierra Leone just don't get in presidential elections. A winner has been announced. What is next? 079-994-993. Yusuf can call in now and add your voice to the conversation this morning. Good morning. Your name and who you call from?
Yeah, I'm John from John Street.
Yes, John.
Yeah, in all the discussion, we will talk about the result according to Melvin or whosoever. It's a credibility is of essence now this result here. And I will quote Una. I think you've been there part of the panel yesterday. We Una say the 60% get discrepancy. English language is not my mother's tongue.
Actually, that was not what was said. We not say get discrepancy. We not get any. Yes, the question. Yes, hold on.
Time,
I know. Hold on.
No,
hold on.
Say you give me time.
Hold on.
Okay.
The points where we established yesterday. Now the fact say we say the number from Bonds and the number from Pujon on the paper where ECSL release not the same. So we know it was not a conclusive thing. Now, I think where
but the exact word was discrepancy.
No, nobody not talk about discrepancy, please.
Oh, really?
Go ahead and make your point. Yes, make your point.
If you now go to the recording yesterday, then you will prove me right.
Anyways, make your point.
English language is not my mother's tongue.
Yes.
Discrepancy means say dishonesty.
Make your point.
Yuki, the thing not how correct. So if there is a discrepancy, that means to say the result get credibility problem. It gets credibility problem. Then if you listen Andrew Lavali, he say honest discussion will make we go before. So if we not get an honest discussion there, then I wonder where are we going?
Okay.
Come from John Street.
Okay, thank you very much, John. With regards to that particular point, what we did do yesterday, we were analyzing the result as it is. The point where we make on that particular point, the way they talk about, now that if it is proven at the end of the day for be a discrepancy after clarification from ECSL. That is it. But necessarily we not get the results at we disposal, so we're not going to know whether a discrepancy or not. It would amount to a discrepancy if ECSL confirms, say, oh yes, it was a mistake or it was an altercation. Maybe it's just a mix of words or so. Anyways, yeah. Good morning. You name and Saidi confirm.
Saidi again.
Yes, Saidu.
This election will conduct them for answer to some nationality happy. Well, this civil society body where they talk so just now. These are people where they may not set the people in mind. Say now 55% president be able to get. These days, 3 days ago, we been in 1921 when the issue came about the runoff. Kickback, you say no, 1 or 20 days ago now we don't talk so it's possible to say go change. The political parties there we take part in this election. They only bring an sponsor party and they will make it all like a multi-party. Then one day where they may know say will suck some of the votes, they make sure say them put their foot down, they no take part. That is what's happening. And when they talk about peace, when the leader them don't divide the people, when you don't win election, how you can govern? You get the president, they send message and Kailang, they pardon in tribal tongue. Say me, I know he will defend I not get better soldier and policeman them. So I not allow them to make them do anything against my own, I not go to defend and say, if you get the first lady, they tell people and say, make them no establish party office that inside the day. So if they plan for go one party offices, and they not cause this care. So now the division day.
Okay,
they're not divide the people so much so that it's difficult for me to meet the people together. Thank you very much.
Thank you. 079-994-993. Call and add your voice to the conversation. I'll take a few more calls. 79994-993. Good morning. You name and who call from?
Yeah, brother. How are you, sir?
Yes, sir.
Big brother says good morning. Hello for the.
Yes, sir.
Okay, the Sierra Leone. But what I want to see me border for the two political parties, me and that side, they no more therefore. This division where they don't set from this independent to now, if they're able for set them within themselves, Sierra Leone they go before. If not to that, they allow any generation can say to Sierra Leone, then the two parties then get paid. And another man advice I give them, made them try. Sierra Leone not for go so this clear language you know we want. Plain for talk clean and free. I mean clean. Now that's how they say. For me they left them for they tell people that this they will not say not to so it be. You know they help the country and the future generation. The man.
Okay. Okay. 079-994-993. 79994-993. I will still take a few more calls. Good morning, in name who I call from?
Morning.
Yes.
Main man.
Yes, sir.
Peter.
Yes, sir.
My brother, well, thank you for this program. This country, we leaders them at the self-divide them. Understand? Yes. The one they will put before we and divide them because of the one. It's really a big challenge for this country. Honestly, as it is right now, let us not be hypocrites. A big challenge, and we will not even know it in the future. Also, it's a problem. And the people who they put authority, they need for stand firm for this nation. Let them words match their action, and then they go good for it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. 79994-993. Call and add your voice to the conversation this morning. President Bio wins a crucial second term. What is next? Good morning, you name and who call from?
Yeah, this is not Ibrahim. I don't describe about the point yesterday. That point was made clear. When I talked about the polling station, when I talked about the number of registered voters and the number of votes. So it was a discrepancy. We'll make this clear. That's the word of discrepancy. When they talk to you in a lecturer, there is no way a discrepancy means now we get a doubt in any of the two variant systems. So now discrepancy. I know they go between the conversation here and the man. You understand? But the analysis yesterday express the definition of discrepancy, please.
Okay, no problem. 079-994-993. You can call and add your voice to the conversation this morning. Good morning.
Good
Yes.
morning. How are you?
Fine.
Thank you very much for the program. I believe say woman need to call too much for this program. So when woman call, yeah, when I give chance more let's talk, I dey beg you. Yes, sir. So the
Okay.
point I want to make, I really appreciate you now, especially Melvin. You know that everything, something and everything, Nyale,
Jawad, yes.
Jawad Nyale, and you back safe. This morning I admire and very honor the talk. You know, what me want for talk is that same points I want to bring very very much relevant. For example, what can bring text, what can bring palaver, provocation, criticism for criticize somebody. You can criticize somebody, but criticize them in a correct way. What I mean, you know, you get different type of criticism. When you criticize somebody, when you know say that criticism, you don't really mean that, you not fit forget them, but just a do and no more, just follow it, pull them down. It's bad. So let's take for example now, this election, you don't beat. You understand me? Everybody knows the president, you don't win. Huh? No matter how you can, whether I take and say, I rig the rig, not to rig the rig, but it's there now. So if going forward, what would they try to expect President Bio, how he will able to manage for bring everybody on board? The one the way be to say, then we don't disgruntled the opposition, and you find out for say even the ones where be to say whether minister or some aspirants whether they buy for parliamentarian or whatever, they no longer clash. So in this case, when they call a peace talk, that anybody will feel grievance make it done. But like that Sadu, another attack come with all due respect, that word where he talk, it not mean where he say, it not gonna be easy to let peace come. No, I disagree. When you talk for say, oh, we're waiting on the, you know, go, no, it really left that. It's possible for them to make peace. You understand? Me and you, we not everything we can agree. We go argue, but believe you me, if we don't make up our mind, say yes indeed, let we settle. We can settle them out. So what thing I try for talk is that APC, SFPP, we all now we get this country. So we all are brothers and sisters. Let me not allow politics to put we apart. So, like, for example, the man don't win. They expect, say, APC, therefore don't drop everything down. All like for the say now, congratulations to President. But then they can't, they say, hey, that we know we not so credible, that we discrepancy, that we know we, you know, it now, chook in the chook back again, you know, chook. Now we don't inside this epic radio here, so, you know, we plenty how SFPP they bash, how APC they bash at themselves. So at least this is a bottom line. Let it done. Let it finish.
Okay.
Now what do they expect? Now peace. Now they expect love. Now that's what they talk now. The radio. Lord left. If na read, na corner for talking. If na read, na the analysis. Una sabi. You understand? And una say separately on the panel. Now let's do something for bring peace. In that, the way how na they talk, like whether man don't begin to coach una, say wait till na me talk. Even so tell to say una mean maybe na just. Slip of tongue. But look how in the maker now. So now therefore very be careful. Una do they come on the panel and una for know how they bring talk for peace.
Okay.
So dear my brother, we appreciate una very, very much. Dear una continue. Anyone where they come for pulling down syndrome, una tell and say no, this is peace. Love
Thank you.
united. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I mean, he started the call with establishing the fact, okay, woman and they call too much, so let's take that. That's the last call I can take for now. Thank you very much to everybody we don't call inside the program this morning. Yes, Melvin, I will have your final take and then we wrap up this morning.
Well, I want to tell everybody thank you, and particularly to we last, I will call her the Iron Lady. The word where you say we all for be ambassadors for peace, especially the media. That is quite very important, and I think say we don't begin and we always continue to do that. With regards to the issue of Saidu, I think I hear waiting Saidu to talk. You see the politicians and they don't divide this country and they go ask for let them bring and come. And an officer say no peace no good day, but we get a recording. So and if that's the case, that is the harsh fact that the politicians they need for unite this country. And if you listen to Andrew Lavalley, it mentioned the same thing. There's a need for honest conversation. And I think say waiting can make the peace not the old water because people can get their uncertainties. And now we speak about the winner takes all phenomenon. Unless we address issues around inclusive and cohesive and broad-based governance kind of architecture, those kind of issues go always exist. Of course, I mean, there are several issues on the issue of discrepancies. Let me say this one here, so for a fact, many people not going for a year now. Many people are done many people say, okay, let's just focus on what next. Yes, but if you look at the coining of the program for today, President Bio wins crucial elections. So the fact remains that there are issues that are very crucial, and yes, how much we keep the balance, you have to do with proportionality and professionalism, we agree with that, but that is not to mean that we for turn a blind eye if there are any alleged discrepancy. I go agree with them, then we use the word discrepancy cautiously, because wherein you get data, then we not speak to the same thing, and you get reports, observers reports, the way they speak to something harsh. In as much as we all want peace, some of we in a peace we prefer over every other thing, even political parties. We want that. But you can never have peace if you don't address the bottom line issues that are affecting the peace. So that is just the reality. And I think that all boils to honest conversation. Moving forward, of course, President Bio is the president, and at this time, what he say, what he do, and the kind of government we get for form, the kind of people we get for bring on board, gets a long way for speak to the peace. But generally, I think if we get the election, not going to be 100% perfect. Every election gets merits and demerits, and one merit we for appreciate that generally people can come out overwhelmingly for go vote. Yes, it means people can believe now politics or political party they change their story, but if you put it into reality, is that the case? So we look for policies and programs them we go be nationalistic in nature. We are in somebody go in at the north, south, east, and west. Okay. And let me just summarize. I think waiting at the will be my last word. And for let President Bio shape the national cake fairly. Of course, equitable distribution of the national wealth in terms of appointment, in terms of policies, in terms of programs, and distribution of opportunities mean a lot for national unity and cohesion and development. So for me, that would be my advice, that we have everybody in a salon feel like in a salon man, irrespective of you vote beaucoup or you vote less for a certain presidential candidate.
Okay, thank you. That's Melvin Tijan Mansari. We analyst here this morning. Now also we parliamentary correspondents. Very soon he will be busy in Parliament when the debate starts and all of which. Anyways, thank you to me producer this morning, Theresa Thomas and Audra, and also to the head producer, Anthony Vandy, and to the engineer Abu, and DJ Wonder, the man behind the mixing chamber, to the entire team at Slik TV, Pam, T-Boy, and CD. Plenty thank you to Una. Me we don't bring the, and of course to Una we don't listen and watch we on Facebook. Plenty thank you. Keep it locked to Epic Radio 99.3 FM. I am James Fortune, and this is the Epic Morning Show.
Solo Speed.
Yeah. Avatar. You say you competent, grab the mic with confidence and prove yourself. You say you competent, grab the mic with confidence and prove yourself. You say you competent, grab the mic with confidence and prove yourself. This na Saifa, no room for laziness. Upline to feet on real rappers for coming. Make John tell sorry instead for tell Amin. From then I feel so free, you mind where you they do you think be brutal. Explicit words, no need for the witty. Now just so bang go the beat. I'm not just saying it, so start for study now, ready for slay the beat. Topic then go wide, so play with punchlines and double flip. I conscious and I take notes for MCs where the 8 kill. Don't need for touch you combine. Make it not end up as snap a kick. The one the week you make more time. Don't come for show yourself like how you go. We don't cover for long, I want show you face. Go hard and play, show them you way. You need for like na dark on you really spray. Oh yeah, the time you need you get with. We make this unique, this opportunity really big. So get it book ready, show you talent, get money. Make make mama proud. Show the world say you not somebody.
Why are you crying?
Monkey will kill me.
You are still not saying anything. Why would your uncle kill you?
He sent me to the market to buy something for him, and I lost his money.
You lost your uncle's money?
Yes, oh, my uncle money.
It's okay, it's okay. How much are we talking about here?
7,000.
Ah, 7,000 naira. It's much. You see what will happen? I'll follow you to your house. Hold on. Wait. Don't worry. I'll follow you to your house. Then I will talk to your uncle. Wait. No, he will not kill you. I'll talk to him. I'll talk to him. 7,000 naira is huge. Don't worry. I'll talk to him. It's okay. Let's go. I'll talk to him. Don't worry.
This useless guy, where are the items I sent you?
Uncle.
Where are the items I sent you?
Oh, Uncle, please. Don't beat her. She has been crying for so long. Please.
This girl, lie. This girl has used my money. Which cry is he crying? Why are you crying?
Why are you crying?
She misplaced the money they gave to her to buy things. She has been crying. That's why I decided to bring her home.
Liar! This girl? So you're believing this girl?